Huawei CFO's extradition would let U.S. criminalize behavior in Canada, say lawyers. Meng Wanzhou's lawyers argue that U.S. accusations would not be considered a crime in Canada, where she was arrested in 2018. Lawyers for a Chinese telecoms executive arrested in Vancouver have argued that her extradition to the U.S. would allow a foreign state to criminalize behavior in Canada. Meng Wanzhou, the chief financial officer of Huawei and eldest daughter of its founder, Ren Zhengfei, is wanted by U.S. authorities for alleged fraud related to sanctions against Iran. In the second day of a 5-day extradition hearing in Vancouver, lawyers for Meng argued that the U.S. accusations against her would not be considered a crime in Canada, where she was arrested in 2018. Canada doesn't enforce foreign criminal law, said Meng's lawyer Eric Gottardi. We simply cannot import that law and have it operate in Canada domestically. It's contrary to our values. The U.S. alleges Meng lied to the bank HSBC about Huawei's relationship with its Iran-based affiliate Skycom, putting the bank at risk of violating U.S. sanctions against Tehran. On Monday, defense attorneys argued that the U.S. was abusing its treaty with Canada by asking it to detain Meng for prosecution as part of a campaign that Ren, Huawei's chief executive, surmised aimed to crush China's largest international company. They argued that Meng's misrepresentations, if they occurred, did not amount to fraud, and that Canada had repudiated the U.S. sanctions against Iran. Would we be here in the absence of U.S. sanctions? Our response is no, Richard Peck, the lead defense lawyer, told the packed courtroom. The hearing is scheduled to last until Friday. Meng's arrest during a stopover of a Hong Kong to Mexico flight in December 2018 placed her at the center of a U.S.-China trade row, with Donald Trump once musing that he would gladly trade her release for Chinese trade concessions. It also put Canada in the middle of the feud between the U.S. and China, with which Justin Trudeau had hoped to nurture closer economic ties. 9 days after Meng was taken into custody at the Vancouver airport, China arrested 2 Canadians, the former diplomat Michael Kovrig and the businessman Michael Spavor. Their detentions on espionage suspicions, along with Chinese restrictions on Canadian agricultural imports, have been widely interpreted as retribution by Beijing aimed at pressuring Canada to free Meng. Former Canadian political leaders have urged the Prime Minister to concede and release Meng in a prisoner swap for Kovrig and Spavor. But extradition experts consulted by AFP said that would encourage hostage diplomacy. China's foreign ministry on Monday characterized Meng's extradition case as a grave political incident, while renewing calls for Ottawa to release her to normalize relations. For more on this story, visit the news article link.